Hi, this is Rainbow Harmony here to help you find balance and peace to live a more colorful life. And this is your personal reading. Thank you so much for your support in purchasing this reading, and also thank you for your patience in receiving the reading. We're going to get started with your questions. First of all, you're wondering about your freelance business, if you should work full-time or part-time and what's going on with that. So let's just go ahead and pull some cards to look into your situation. They know exactly what we're talking about. Okay, so here's what I'm seeing so far is that you're on the right path with this freelance business. You are seriously on the right path. And they're telling you to stay dedicated and not to give up. Like, this freelance business is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're just in a bit of a transition. You had a period where there was a lot of abundance coming in, and you got to the point where you were like, you know what, I don't think I need to work my job, so you quit your job, and you were able to take care of yourself. But the holidays, this time of year, October, November, December, can be difficult for a lot of freelance businesses. So I think what you're realizing is that you're going to have to plan accordingly and kind of budget and get things together. You know, it's kind of funny. The same thing kind of happened in my fashion freelance business, where I was doing super good. I was slaying. I was getting all these jobs. And then all of a sudden summer hit. And in the summer, a lot of people in the fashion industry are on vacation, and I just didn't know how hard it was going to be to find like really good paying jobs. I was just getting small jobs. So that's when I decided to branch out and start doing makeup artist work. Even though I had never had any formal training with it, I had been on set enough and I had done my own makeup enough, and I'd had a couple makeup artists cancel on me to where I actually had to just figure something out, to the point where I was getting pretty good at doing like a basic face. And so I put the word out and I got like another site going. I kind of followed the business model that I had with my fashion work and supplemented myself doing that. And that turned into another way that I could get abundance while I'm traveling and everything. And so it worked out really well. So you might be able to stay freelancing if you find a creative solution, like if you branch out just a little bit. Right now you're insecure, like, is everything gonna fall apart? You know, you're thinking like, am I ever going to be able to really be as comfortable as I want to be and dare say wealthy off of this business? And the answer is yes. This is a period that's coming in about a year from now. About a year from now, at the end of 2019, you're going to feel very strong. Your roots are going to be in the ground. This is abundance. Like, you're going to feel supported, relaxed. I think that you might need to get a part-time job. Do not get a full-time job. I'm getting this message. Don't work full-time. It's going to take you away from what you've already gained here. You're very close. You might even be at this point where things are picking up a little bit to where you can just ride this out. There's a message about being very careful when you go out to eat. Like, I think I see a lot of money being leached to that, and I think you're so busy and you're so focused, it's just easier to do that. But you're actually, if you take out your bank account the past 2 months, and you add up every time you went out to eat, you'll see what happened with some of this money. And I think that, you know, trying to budget your food is going to be something that's going to help. And I think you've already been trying to do that a little bit. I'm seeing a message about you working on that, but I think it could be better. And you don't want to like suffer. You want to be able to go out with your friends or be able to treat yourself sometimes, but really watch that. I think that's an area where the food is kind of a message. Also, eating healthier is going to help you get the energy you need to plow through right now. So it's kind of a win-win. You are in a transformation. This is exactly what you're supposed to be doing. You're on the right path. You know, you're following your passion. And but you do need to do something about this. So I see two options, and it's your choice. I see both could work out. One is kind of branching out a little bit with your business, maybe even putting some money into advertisement. 1 month I accidentally like paid $100 or something, or $200 on Google ads. Like, I had this free coupon thing for Google ads and I didn't understand it, and it accidentally charged me $100, but I got like so much business that month. It was crazy. So maybe try Google advertisements, or even Instagram stories advertisements. Those are some areas that are pretty good, or Facebook advertisements if you haven't already. And, I know right now that might not be something you feel like you can afford, but you can try that. And I'm seeing a message about advertising to get more clients. And then I'm also seeing a message about branching out, kind of like how when I did the makeup that was similar to the fashion styling. I even, back in the day, years ago, I was a swim teacher, and I was teaching children how to swim, and I branched out to teach infants and adults. I even started doing a little bit of aquatherapy for dogs. I kind of was just like, what can I do with this skill set? Like, kind of branch out a little bit. That's a message for you. There is a mention of a part-time job, so let's look into that. Make sure the part-time job is related to what you want to do. For instance, if you're a photographer, then try to work in a camera shop or somewhere where you can get a big discount. You know what I mean? Like, if it's the groceries, even if it's part-time at the grocery store, like, if you get a really good discount, look into the benefits, and make sure it's part-time or somewhere that you don't mind being. Maybe you can work part-time at a gym and get a free gym membership, Think about the benefits of the part-time job, and that will really help to make it better. And they're saying make sure the part-time job is part of your passion too. You don't want it to drain you too much. You will get out of this. You will become a leader. You just need to hang in like one more year is the message I'm getting. The clouds are parting. Use your discernment. You're in a stronger place now. I think you've made it through the hard time at the time I've done this reading. There's a lot of opportunities out there for you. You have the ability to find a part-time job that's really beneficial to you. I knew a lot of women and people that would work part-time at the gym and teach like a spinning class or yoga or like step aerobics or something, and it was a way to get them out of their house. A lot of them worked at their house. I even had a friend who was a freelance writer who also worked at the gym because it got her off the computer and like just out in the world, and it also made pretty good money. So yeah, you're doing really well. I think that this is saying you've accomplished a lot of healing and you're in a leadership position. Maybe getting out is going to help you be more effective with your business. That could even be why this is happening. Maybe it's not about the business like supposedly failing or not doing well. It could be the universe is just trying to get you out in the world a little bit more. So when it comes to the part-time job, think about connections, think about finding a community, think about the friends that you'll meet, think about being around your subject in your field. Also think about certain benefits and perks, the discounts, and community. Working at a community center, a gym, that's really standing out for some reason. And I feel like just a little, and a flexible schedule too would be good for you, because if you're doing really well one month, you might just be able to go down to 1 or 2 days a week. If you need to pick up more hours, you can. And so like a gym or a YMCA or something like that might be really good for you. So yeah, you're building your foundation and you're almost there. So don't worry. Sometimes when this starts to happen, it's kind of like, oh wow, is this falling apart? Am I on the right path? I'm just getting this message to tell you you are on the right path, and you have an option to branch out a little bit. You're gonna have to work very hard or to get the part-time job. It's up to you. I do kind of feel like there's an energy that's strong around the part-time job though, about some kind of community you're going to be getting involved with. So I hope that resonates with you. There's also a message about lessons. You might be able to teach lessons part-time. But I feel like getting out of your home is very important for you. Magic. I feel like you probably already had an increase in your abundance recently, or something big is coming. You might just decide to keep going and plow on. But and the universe will continue to validate you that you're on the right path. Even if you feel like giving up, and even if things kind of dip down, it'll always pick back up, because if you're on the right path, the doors will continue to open. Not to say it won't get challenging every once in a while. I know what it's like freelancing. This is literally what I do. I'm a freelancer. So is my husband. So grace, by the grace of God, you'll make it through as a freelancer, and you will be so shocked where you're at a year from now in 2020. It's going to be so beautiful. I just got chills all over my arms saying that. You are so close to breaking through this and having really steady clientele. And branding, they're saying you might need to work on your branding. You might need to spiff up your website. You might need to set aside a little bit of money to hire someone to do your logo or to redo the logo yourself, if that's something you like to do. You might need to look at your prices and kind of adjust them. For instance, for me, I'm realizing that when I charge $44 and then $77, that's kind of much for most people. And whenever I put my prices down to 33 and 65, I tend to get more purchases. And same thing with my fashion business. I was charging over $1,000 and people weren't taking the bait, and then I dropped my price to 800, and then bam, like I got so many people hitting me up. And so you might need to kind of adjust just a little bit. You want to make sure you're asking what you're worth, but at the same time kind of look at the market and make sure you're still competitive, but you're not disrespecting yourself, you know, with what you charge. And so these are a lot of messages and downloads I'm getting for you, but they're saying you're growing, your business will grow. And I just keep getting this big message, like you're on the right path. And I do readings for people like this all the time, and I don't always get this message. Some people, I tell them this isn't your path, or you need to refocus or redirect this or move in another way. But I feel like you have a very strong business sense and you've done this well so far, and you just might need to prepare every year for the holiday season. When I worked in the swimming industry, I knew that like November, December, January were going to be the hardest months. I knew that the 2 weeks around Christmas, I'd barely have any clients. And so I found ways to make it work the following year. Like I came out with a discount during the holiday break. I saved up money so to help cover my bills throughout the summer when I had extra. And you know, if you think about it, that's what the squirrels do. I know this is really random, but the squirrel is a spirit animal that has to do with like abundance, and they will collect and they'll save their nuts and get ready for the winter months. So next year you might just have to metaphorically save your nuts. Kind of sounds silly, but you might have to save a little to and you're just gonna get in the flow. As you freelance, you'll start realizing like when you need to kind of cut back a little bit, when you can actually splurge and get yourself that new equipment and treat yourself. Like you'll get into a good flow and you'll know what the energy is like. So next we're gonna go ahead and move on. There was this person that you have a strong energy with, and you know they have a strong energy for you because you're very intuitive and very empathic. But you're also kind of like wondering why they haven't made a move, or like what's going on in this relationship, if you should just move on because it hasn't necessarily turned romantic yet, and it's just like kind of in its complicated situation. So I'm going to pull some cards with you about that and like about communication, and we'll just see what's going on. So what is the general energy between you guys? Okay. Now, what I do have to say, is that like 2018, the last 6 months of 2018, we had so many planets in retrograde. It was like crazy. I call 2018 the year of retrogrades. There's some planets that only retrograde every couple years. Well, this all happened to line up in 2018. Like I think pretty much every planet retrograded at one point. And so it was very interesting. It all happened around 6 months, the same 6 months. And it was just hard for many people because a lot of people wanted to move forward, but the energy was pushing everyone back. And it was a time of solitude and introspection. For about 3-4 months, I didn't see anybody connecting in love. It was just so hard. I was doing love reading after love reading, and I kept telling people, nope, nope, nope. And it was just so hard. But this energy has shifted recently. Within the past 3 weeks, like right after Christmas, this energy shifted. And what's very interesting is that we're having like a love portal that's opening right now. It's going to be open until around the beginning of March. And then we have another really strong energy time in love coming around the end of July and all of August into the beginning of September. So these are times where like twin flames, soulmates, People will be connecting and dating and meeting people. Everyone's on their own timeline, on their own path. It might happen outside of these times, but this is when it's most likely. So I do feel a strong energy around you and this person. I think up until now, it's been like an unrequited love. Like it has felt kind of like there's not enough attraction or chemistry to keep the relationship going. And you guys have known each other for a while. You might have grown up together, or you've had this like kind of childlike connection where it's like really playful and fun, and sometimes it's even really flirty. And so the thing is that you don't know how to talk to this person about it. You don't know, am I supposed to bring this up, or am I supposed to wait for them to bring it up? Should I bring it up at all? Like, am I going to ruin the connection? Because I think if you had a choice between ruining the connection, quote unquote, ruining the connection, or just staying how things are, I think you'd like to keep things how they are. But I do believe sometimes this energy kind of flares up and becomes quite painful, because it's hard when you have someone that's just right around you and you feel this soul connection with them and it's not moving forward. Right now at this time, I feel like you guys have kind of drifted apart, but I do see a reconciliation where they come back and you guys hang out some more. And this is telling you to stay optimistic about your love life. Stay optimistic. This energy isn't over yet. I do believe you guys are soulmates. Soulmates don't always turn romantic, but there is always like this initial spark of romance and spark of kind of like a sexual energy or tension between soulmates. Even if you just end up being friends, there's always kind of like that energy. And so it's just because it's a very strong magnetic energy. You might have been together in a past life, and there's a recognition with soulmates, and you have a soul contract with them. They're supposed to be in your life for a certain amount of time. You're supposed to learn certain lessons from them and gain certain blessings, and they help kind of mold you and shape you, and you do the same thing for them. So you have a very strong impact on this person. They have a very strong impact on you, and the energy just flows, and you feel connected to them more than you feel connected to some of the other people you met in your life. And so it is kind of like it's an attraction as well. So let's see how they feel. So their feelings for you have been growing over time, and I think they're starting to see you as a romantic connection. I have the feeling that this person likes to take things very slow, and they do kind of have a chip on their shoulder. I feel like this is a person who's very sensitive. They're very strong as well. They were trying to fit into like the social, like the stereotype of what like a strong person should be, like a man should be, masculine energy should be, but at the same time they're more sensitive. And so I feel like they have daddy issues where their dad like abandoned them, or left when they were young or something like that, or wasn't present, or perhaps there's like an addiction or something there, or they were just really harsh with them and didn't like that sensitive side of them and were kind of afraid of it. And so I think that's affected this person because they didn't necessarily get the emotional nourishment that they needed from their dad or their father figure early on in life. And look, the communication, I don't know if you saw that in the corner of the screen, you can rewind it, but I was just like talking and holding this deck, and the cards just like fell out, and then this card just like fell out of the deck. Communication. So I think I'm just so weirded out when stuff like that happens. Bam, this is your question, communication, and I drop the cards and this just comes out with the faith card too. And so I feel like the energy here is that this is why they have a hard time with communication. They weren't necessarily taught like how to be dynamic and how to speak their truth. And I feel like they had to hide part of themselves in order to be accepted by their father or maybe their family. And why do I know so much about this? Well, I am getting this energy downloaded. I'm getting messages from the cards, of course, my psychicness, but I also know this because I've been through this myself. I had some issues. I've got the chip on my shoulder on both sides, mommy issues, daddy issues. It's really easy for me to tap into that energy because I can recognize it. So I think that he is going to overcome this. they're gonna overcome this, but I think this is why relationships for them take a long time to like phase into, why they are kind of nervous about stepping into a commitment. I think that they aren't sure what a real commitment in love is. They seem a little inexperienced in love. I think they've been taken advantage of, because a lot of times sensitive people and empaths are taken advantage of by like manipulative people or narcissistic people or like controlling people. And that's just the energy I feel with all of their exes. And I feel like this person has had other relationships that are kind of like pseudo relationships that haven't turned into anything in the past. Part of it is because they don't feel worthy, and the other part is because they're afraid of being manipulated again. And so that's where we're at with this person. But I think that you're very different. I think that's why they're attracted to you. I think that that's why their feelings are growing for you when we see this energy of like a new love budding here. I think that's why they're going to continue to give this relationship a chance. And the message for you is to continue to be playful. Actions speak louder than words. So be playful, flirt, enjoy this relationship, and let it have an organic growth. I wish I could tell you there's something more for you to do. But what I do see is they want this. They want to work on towards a partnership with you. They are starting to feel romantic feelings for you. I'm seeing starting because they're not the kind of person to admit their feelings to themselves. They're focused on other priorities, but I think that they do think about you in that way sometimes. I think that there is a little bit of a flip-flop in their stomach when they see you. I think they're excited to talk to you, and I think they will seek you out. So my advice for you is to back off and let this person come to you, and see what happens, because I got the reconciliation card before, and I think they are going to reconcile with you. Yeah, here's the romantic feelings card. They do have feelings for you. They do. They're very cautious, but I think that's good. I think that this is a good person for you, because I think the thing you like about this person is it's fun and it's flirty, and then you guys can also have like these deep conversations sometimes. And I think you're very mentally attracted to this person as well. You guys are in love with each other's minds. This is talking about the air, the realm of air, the mental realm. You guys are very like mentally stimulated by each other. And then just to kind of clarify what you should do, allow the situation to unfold naturally. So have faith that you have been sending the right messages. Have faith. I think this person needs to learn how to pursue. I think you need to give them the space and the time to pursue you. And in the meantime, if somebody else wants to take you on a date, go, you know. If you see someone else you have a crush on, open to that. But I always say focus on what's in front of you, and it's this person. I don't see anyone else in your love life. It's this person. I don't see anyone else in their love life. It's just you. And I think that it's really sweet. I think that what you guys have is really special. And for now, just appreciate it for what it is. You don't want to force this issue. And if you do, you come across to him as one of those manipulators, and which is unfortunate, because you should be able to speak up and say how you feel and everything, but you know you haven't done it because intuitively there's something inside of you that tells you to stop every time. And I don't think that's fear. I think that's your true intuition telling you that in this situation, let them be the one that comes to you. All right. I don't always give this. Sometimes I tell people, hey, ask them out. Ask them if they want to go on a date, or you know what I mean? Or ask them if they want to go on a walk with you. I do that I told people that. I don't care what gender you are, where you come from, what the culture is. I've told people that before in some situations, but in this situation, I do see to be open to receive and be receptive through your beautiful divine feminine, through your kindness, through your smile. And they're talking about hearing this message about smiling and making eye contact and just letting yourself light up. Act how you truly feel around this person. You might be trying not to give it away. You might be trying to act reserved. You might be trying just don't try. Just be happy. If you're happy to see this person, be happy. If they make you laugh, laugh. If they make you smile, smile. let this person show them how they make you feel. I think they like to make you feel good, and it makes them feel strong and proud that they are having like that connection with you and that you appreciate that. And so just delight in their presence, and they'll understand the connection you have. I think that's what the playfulness is coming up for. And so yeah, I think this is just timing. We kind of talked about that in your yearly review, your little mini yearly reading, the whole thing about patience and timing. It actually kind of matches up perfectly. If you go back, and I don't know if you've watched the yearly reading yet, or if you're going to watch that after this one, but it makes a lot of sense now that because I just did that before I recorded this one, and I'm just like, whoa, okay, this all makes sense now, what I saw in your yearly reading. So let's just get some final messages from Spirit. As far as your communication, I think you're doing great. I think actions speak louder than words. So here's love. This is a promise to you that in 2019 there will be a connection in love, and I feel like it's probably the person you're talking about. So this says, this marks the fertile beginning of the flow of love into your life, because you are accepting and receiving on a new level. That's exactly what we just talked about. Accepting the energy from this person. You know, anything they give you, just be thankful. Like, they texted you, great. They didn't talk to you for 2 weeks, whatever. If you see them again, they're talking to you, be excited. Just every time you see them, you're excited, you're elated, you be authentic. Don't worry about having to hide anything, or, you know, did I come across too forward, or did I say something wrong, or just be you. You know, easier said than done. I still freak out when, whenever I'm in this situation myself. But I think just be open to this energy. This is saying that it's time for you to feel the positive benefits of the love flowing to you. So yeah, this is talking about new love in an existing relationship. Here, I'll show you in the book. New love, even in an existing relationship. You may have the chance to experience the joy of giving and receiving with an open heart. Expect a pleasant surprise. So interesting. Look, these cards just flew out of the deck. I'm seeing so many weird things happen during your reading. So purification. I think that, you know, you might just be bringing the worry, stress, fear of other areas of your life into this, which is what we do. And this is telling you, you need to take a bubble bath. You need to rest, relax. You are in the arms of the divine. Find your balance and then move forward from there. You have some decisions to make. I think you know exactly what this is. You have some choices to make about your career and your path right now. Here we go, your creativity. But the universe is watching and understands your situation. Don't ever forget that you have the understanding and the support of the divine. Be grateful for what's already materialized. Even if you need to supplement your income, or like kind of figure like out like another avenue to open up those channels for more abundance, like still be grateful for what you have. Like, you've done so well, and thank yourself. Like, don't just be thankful to the universe, but be thankful for yourself, because it's you who's done it. The universe is helping you, partnering with you, you're co-creating with the universe, but thank yourself just as much as you thank the universe. Like, you owe it to yourself. You have done so well, and I think everyone deserves a medal for making it through 2018. Education. Don't forget to continue to educate yourself. As you are becoming this freelancer, still work towards making this stronger, getting your roots in the ground. This is what I'm actually working on right now. I'm coaching people spiritually, but I still want to make sure that I'm studying as much as I can about spirituality and different religions and different beliefs, and just opening myself up more. And so I feel like in your field that you're freelancing in, to keep learning and to keep opening yourself. Whenever you have some downtime or business slows down, use that as a chance to educate yourself more. So I hope that this resonates with you. I want to thank you so much for your support and for listening to me and trusting me to guide you. And remember, you are your own guide. Only take what resonates. And thank you so much. I will see you later. Peace out.